Hello, my name is Grace, and today I'm going to be telling you a fairy tale. Once upon a time, 6 years ago, in a hospital far away, there was a 4-year-old girl about to fall asleep with her mother. Suddenly, 2 nurses rushed in and wheeled her into another room. Even though she was half asleep, she could still make out a soccer ball mural on the wall. One of the 2 nurses pinned her arms out, while the other pierced a needle into her arm. Even though that little girl was only 4 years old, she still remembers years later being in that dark room with the creepy lights and being unexpectedly restrained for the IV. Throughout those years, she still has to see lots of doctors and nurses for medical procedures. In those same years, she also panics as someone holds her down and she's really afraid of needles. She has trauma from the dark, frightening room and the IV needle. Now imagine the same little girl 6 years later. She's in the hospital waiting for an IV. Suddenly, in walks a fairy godmother carrying a blue IKEA bag. The fairy godmother takes a seat next to the girl. Despite the fact that they are in a hospital, the fairy godmother is cheerful and asks the girl about her interests. They talk a while about Harry Potter and slime. Eventually, the fairy godmother asks if the girl is nervous. When the girl expresses her fear of needles and being held down, the fairy godmother starts pulling from her bag books like Where's Waldo and Harry Potter, stress balls filled with different materials, a buzzy bee, Play-Doh in different colors, and an iPad with 3 relaxation apps on it. The fairy godmother explains that Buzzy Bee looks like a toy bee, but it vibrates and is a natural pain blocker. She put Buzzy in between the pain and the brain, so your brain is thinking about Buzzy and not the pain. Next, she shows the girl that the books and iPad can be used as distractions while the IV is being placed, and she can squeeze the Play-Doh and stress balls during the procedure. After showing all the tools from her bag to the girl, she gives the girl a choice of which one she would like to use. The girl chooses Play-Doh, Buzzy Bee, and relaxation app on the iPad. After the IV is placed, the girl says, "That didn't even hurt." Now who is this fairy godmother? A child life specialist. And who is the little girl? She is me. Now when you see me, what do you think? I'm a normal kid, right? Well, appearances can be deceiving. I actually have 2 chronic illnesses which cause me to have daily nausea, muscle weakness, fatigue, and a lot of other things. A lot of days I have to use a wheelchair and other mobile aids or on a long excursion. I have to see a lot of doctors and nurses. Some are even 13.5 hours away. I may have a rare illness, but I'm not rare. There are a lot of other kids like me who have chronic illnesses and spend a lot of time with doctors. Some of us don't mind needles, but a lot of us have fears and trauma. Here are some of my friends. A child life specialist works in hospitals and helps kids like me with IVs and other medical procedures that hurt or are uncomfortable. But a child life specialist can do a lot more than just be there for an appointment. If you have an upcoming medical procedure that you're worried about, you can use medical play to understand what will happen. In medical play, you get to use dolls and real medical supplies to role play what will happen. I've even gotten to give a doll an IV with a real needle. If you have a future appointment you're really worried about, you can meet with your child life specialist. Your child life specialist will take time to talk with you about your fears and get your feedback about why you're worried. She can give you choices on coping strategies and help you communicate with the medical professionals even when you don't feel like speaking. Here's my plan. This is the plan I would use if I ever had to go in for another IV. I would want to watch a procedure, counting down is helpful, and I would like to bring a stuffed animal. Child life has helped me find my voice in medical procedures and appointments. I didn't used to even talk. I would just zone out. Now I ask questions and tell them how I feel. I don't hesitate to speak up to tell them what I need to be more comfortable. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.